I hate the humidity.
Welcome to Grumble Goat. My name is Matt Labodka, and this is a show about all the small things that drive me insane. Let's grumble.
Welcome back to Grumble Goat on the Road. We're down here in Cape May. It's a beautiful vacation island. It's like being in paradise. And as with any summer in paradise, what you're going to get is some heat. And on the coast, on an island, you're going to get with that heat a little bit of humidity. And I tell you, it is hot out here. I'm sitting here in our makeshift studio on the road. It's a beautiful screened-in porch. You can hear the birds singing. You can see the sun shining. And it is hot. I'm just sweating just sitting here because it's not so much the heat, it's the humidity. How is there so much water in the air? The humidity index right now is 80. 80. That's almost 100. That means we're practically swimming sitting here on the porch. It's hot. I'm in the shade and it's just so hot. Don't get me wrong, I love enjoying summer. I love being out in the heat, but I mean, even indoors, we're sweating buckets. You know, we open the door to get a breeze and it's just muggy, you know? You might remember from last week, my co-host and I, we had some sore throats. And we found behind the bed, and we found some black mold just growing right on the wall. Not in the attic, not in the basement under the bathtub. No, right on the wall. It was just growing there and puffing its spores all night long, giving us those sore throats. And you know what? As much as humidity sounds nice for breathing, humidity that's over 65% actually contributes to airborne illnesses. So now I have bacteria in the air, I got the puffing spores of the black mold, and I got this swampy soup that I'm breathing all night long. And then, of course, I wake up with a sore throat. How am I supposed to perform in the evenings when it's this moist outside? It's like breathing water. I feel like I'm going down into the abyss. They had to pump liquid oxygen into my throat just to stop the pressure from caving my body in. And we have the air conditioner, but that barely helps. Nothing dries. You get out of the shower, you pat yourself off, you hang your towel to dry, and it's not dry the next day because the moisture can't evaporate because the air is saturated with moisture. And so you're just compounding all this liquid. There's just moisture everywhere. And then you sweat because it's so hot. But the way sweat is supposed to work is it's supposed to evaporate. And so we're just living an amphibian lifestyle. We're just frogs hopping around trying to get away from the moisture, but our skin is bleeding more moisture and nothing will evaporate. And it's just hot. I hate living in this gaseous soup that is the Cape in summer, and that's the Grumble.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
What?
Grumble, 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 grumble. What's got your goat?
For the latter half of the show, we'll bring in my better half, Veronique, for an unpretentious look and a segment we call
What's got your goat?
Oh my gosh, another beautiful day out on the Cape.
What a beautiful day. And we are on the screened-in porch, my favorite thing almost on the planet.
Yeah. Screened-in porch. You love screened-in porches.
I love screened-in porches.
What I like is when we walk around the neighborhood and you just point out all the different styles of screened-in porches.
Yeah, I need you to know that that's what I want.
Oh, yes. Loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
That's coming in loud and clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Unfortunately, our apartment has no porch at all.
No porch, but we do have a giant window.
We also have a fire escape, a classic New York fire escape.
Oh, yeah.
And I like to sit on that a few times.
Yeah, you like to smoke your cigars.
I like to have my cigar out there and you lean out the window and look down and screech and then run away.
I'm terrified of heights. I feel like I get vertigo very high up and I can't control myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it scares me.
You know what else you can't control?
What?
Well, I noticed, like, you're looking radiant right now.
Thank you.
But you have a little bit of a glisten going on.
Oh, am I glistening?
You're glistening.
Oh, I'm glistening. It's that perspiration.
Yeah, it's that beautiful summer perspiration.
Yes.
It's like a little bit of dew on your face. It's like morning dew.
Hello, dew. Well, it's hot.
It is hot.
It's hot.
You know what? I noticed that myself.
Yeah. I'm glistening underneath my arms.
Yeah, and I can smell it from here.
Oh, no. I forgot. Oh, I didn't put deodorant on today. It's at the theater. My makeup's at the theater. Everything's at the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're ready to perform at the show tonight, but you're not ready to perform at Grumble Goat.
No, I wasn't ready. I even have my pin curls because I'm trying to save my hair from my hot iron.
Yeah.
So I don't have to curl it as much.
It's wild. Yeah, you put on a baseball cap to like hold your curls in place. Whereas like for me, if I put on a baseball cap, I have to redo my hair after that.
Yes. I'm taking some tips from the 1940s and 50s.
Oh my gosh, there's some crows up there.
Crows.
There's
it's
some
seagulls.
loud birds. Oh, the
Seagulls.
right, the gulls.
Gulls.
Mine. I forget, we're on the coast. You know, we
Yeah.
live on the coast.
We sure do.
We live in New York City.
We like islands.
But there's no gulls where we live.
Every now and again I've seen one and I'm like, I think you're lost. I'm like, how'd you get here?
Yeah, how do you get all the way to Inwood without finding food? Like,
Yeah.
buddy, you're trying too hard.
I wonder if a raccoon has ever attacked a seagull. Do you think?
Weird. It's like two different environments colliding.
Well, there's raccoons here.
Okay.
I think that'd be too much work for the raccoon.
Yeah,
To
well-
like strangle a seagull and like eat it.
They strangle the seagull.
I mean, why? They have like thumbs.
That's how they fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because they have
yeah.
opposable thumbs. So
Yeah.
strangling is the most obvious way to murder. Because that's why humans always strangle each other. There's no other way to kill a human.
It actually takes a long time to strangle someone, I've learned.
Well, sure, with weak arms like yours.
I have strong arms.
Yeah, you do. You've been going to the gym.
I've been going to the gym, bub.
Even your mother had to admit that you've been losing weight.
Yeah, my favorite quote. She loved the show.
She came
We
to
had
see the show opening night.
Opening night.
And
It's
her
wonderful.
review of the show was...
Now you look much thinner on stage than you do in real life. How'd you do that?
How'd you pull one over on the audience?
How'd you do that? I was like, well, the costume designer is amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trending downwards.
I like that. She noticed you were looking fit
Yeah.
and thin
Yeah.
on stage.
Yeah.
And so when she saw you after the show, she was like, how did you pull that trick?
Yeah.
How did you deceive the audience?
Yeah, that's right. You look so much bigger right
Instead
now.
of saying, you looked great.
Yeah.
And have you been losing weight? Because you look great. Instead of saying that, how did you fool us?
Mothers do that, though.
What trick of light did you use?
Yeah, that's the thing. Mothers do that. And with your mother, you can have an argument, kind of a fight, like, meh, 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 meh. And then 2 seconds later, you can have a total normal conversation about picking up milk.
Yeah, that astounded me the other day. You guys were in a fight, a loud
Yeah.
screaming fight,
Well-
and you slammed the phone down. And I said, so are you still going to dinner with your mom? And you're like, yeah, of course.
Of course I am. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. And it's when we're going to have a great time.
So is dinner canceled? What? No, of course
No.
not. What are you talking about?
No, she's on her way. Yeah. And we did. We had a wonderful time. But like, that's the thing. Maybe it's the heat.
Because it is, I mean, I know it's summer, but it's hot down here.
It is hot. It's muggy. It's humid. It's sticky. And you don't think so. It's like a little tricky, you know?
It is a little tricky.
You think it's going to be fine. And then you walk a block and you're drenched.
It's wild. I took a shower earlier and then I went into the room to put my t-shirt on and I couldn't pull my t-shirt down. It was sticking to me because I was already sweaty from the walk from the shower to the bedroom.
Yeah. And I said, welcome to the coast.
Yeah. In that cocky way you do. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I live on the coast.
No,
but different.
not this coast, because that's the difference. You're not from down here. I'm from down here. I'm used to this weather.
It is swampy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I know there are literal swamps around here, or marshland. You call it marshland around
Yeah,
here.
it's marsh. It's
But
the
yeah, there's
wetlands.
literal swamps surrounding
Yes.
us.
Yeah.
But it is swampy out
It's
here.
beautiful. It's beautiful, but it gets a little annoying with the stickiness and the heat. So much so that a lot of the houses down here, it's really hard to keep mold out of the house.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't noticed that.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Yes.
Last night when we were scrubbing mold off the wall in the
Yes.
bedroom we're sleeping in,
Yes.
I was like, dust accumulates funny in this neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what it is. Dust.
Yeah.
And then I thought about our sickness and I was like, oh, I think we had mold poisoning.
Okay, mold poison. Oh, she says as she hacks up along. Yeah, let's hear it. Let's get that beautiful cough in the recording.
No, we're good. We're good.
You referred to it earlier as muggy.
Oh, yeah, muggy.
Muggy. Wait, where does that word come from? Muggy.
Oh, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's because when it gets so hot, you're just like mugging around.
Mugging.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking maybe it's because like in a mug of beer, it's like sudsy around the side. Like when you finish it, it's like sudsy. And so it looks dirty and moist and swampy. And maybe that's why we call it muggy.
Oh, I don't know.
You know where else we use that term other than, say, outside of the pub?
Okay. Is it when people get mugged? Like they get robbed?
Okay, that's not what I was thinking, but sure,
Okay.
that's another way we use the word mug. It's weird how many definitions the word mug can have. You
Yeah,
know? It's
I'm-
muggy
now
out,
I'm thinking,
drinking
like-
out of a mug. I'm getting mugged. And what's the other one?
Their face. A mug is their face.
Oh, well, okay, a mug shot.
A
Sure,
mug
that's-
shot. I feel like this is a derogatory term that we don't know about.
What?
Mug.
Mug?
Yeah.
Ugly mug? Oh, that's the bar that has mugs.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it
mugs.
goes back to maybe the Irish or something.
Okay, you just made that up.
I
though.
totally did, yeah.
See, you're doing that woke thing where you're trying to find offense in every word.
Well, I'm Irish, so that's okay. I mean, I can say it, I guess.
Oh, it's not offensive to Irish people.
Well, it could be a mugshot. They round him up after the bar. Who knows?
But no, you're the one being offensive right now because you said it must relate to Irish only because you think Irish get arrested a lot, and so that's why they call it a mugshot.
No, I think they used to get arrested a lot. I don't think they get arrested a lot now.
Right, since they used to get arrested a lot.
They were
and
immigrants.
When you take a picture of them at the police station, it's called a mugshot. You're the one that put those two things together.
I did, yeah. Yeah, I totally did that.
That's not where... I'm guessing that's not the origin of the phrase
hope
mugshot.
that's not the origin.
So how do we combat the humidity?
Ooh, air conditioning.
Yeah, air conditioning. That's obviously the go-to.
Fans are lovely.
Well, fans can move the humidity, but that's like having a current in a swamp.
Yeah, and the thing about sleeping with a fan is I always feel like I get a draft.
Well, that's why you turn the fan on, for the draft.
I know, but like when you're sleeping and it's just like air coming at you and you're breathing that in, I feel like you can get sick that way.
Well, breath itself is moving air. Thank you for giving us an example. Now, do you know this?
No, I don't know.
Air conditioning
was
originally invented as a means to control humidity.
Really?
Not temperature.
Oh,
yeah.
So your houses wouldn't be filled with mold?
No.
Oh.
It was originally invented for a newspaper printer.
So the ink wouldn't bleed all over and they could print the papers?
I love that too. Drying ink is a great use of lower humidity, but no, it was actually because the paper was crinkling in the machine because the paper was getting too wet. And so somebody had to invent air conditioning so that the printer wouldn't get jammed every day.
I would love to see what an old time air conditioner looked like the first air conditioner. I would love to know what that looked like. I bet it had coils and
there were probably coils.
Copper.
Ooh,
and
I feel like you're picturing a current air conditioner. But
in like a wooden box.
A wooden box with a crank on the side that you had to slowly turn.
it.
Is it getting cooler in here? I don't like it. I'm feeling a breeze on my face.
It's the mold coming out of my lungs.
Yeah.
Well, I bet that helped all the factories too. Because I bet it was really hot in there.
Right. It would have helped for worker motivation.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the factories were the last people to implement air conditioning.
Well, I bet it would have helped people not getting their limbs chopped off.
Speaking of, wow, that was great timing. People getting their limbs chopped off. That's when the chainsaw starts.
I love that.
How is air conditioning preventing limbs from coming off again?
Well, I feel like if you're not so hot, you can think better so that if you're in a factory, you're working machinery, it's just repetitive motion and you're like, and then there goes the finger.
Because we didn't have air conditioning.
You didn't have air conditioning, so you can't think. You're just like losing control of your body.
No, I get it. But you're living in the capitalistic utopia that is America.
Yeah.
And you think the factory owners are worried about the workers?
Well,
have you been to this country? Have you been to America before?
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Laws are put in place that we have to care about workers.
Oh, I'm not sure. Can you cite the code that is we have to care about workers?
Yes. No, I absolutely can't. But back in the Industrial Revolution, in Carnegie's later days, he was a philanthropist. That was a very important part of his journey in life to give back.
Well, sure,
but I think it was his factories that it was something like that.
Well, yeah, but the way he gave back was building music halls and libraries.
And libraries.
Yeah, he didn't fight to make a minimum wage and livable working conditions.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I don't know all the history. However, do you think that we'll get to a point where we'll have portable air conditioners?
I think we already have those.
What do you mean?
You know, those little electric fans that with the mister
Yeah,
built
that's what I was thinking, but that's a fan. That's not an air conditioner. I did see something on the internet that like a 14-year-old kid or...
Portable air conditioner doesn't work.
No. Oh.
Because of the conservation of energy.
You have to see this thing that I saw on the internet. Mm-hmm. There was like a 14-year-old kid who invented this super smaller air conditioner that uses less energy and it cools twice as fast.
What are you talking about?
I know.
You're making up magic right now.
No, I'm blowing your mind.
No, because the conservation of energy, the reason that half of your air conditioner window unit sticks out the window is because to make air cold, cold. Something has to get hot.
I want to show you the video.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, the air conditioner companies wanted to buy it from him, and he was like, no.
No, absolutely not. It's
No.
just for my classroom.
No!
In places without humidity, they have a different kind of air conditioner.
What are you talking about?
It's called a swamp cooler.
What? A swamp cooler? I feel like a swamp would be humid.
Right, but a swamp cooler cools by using naturally evaporating air.
Oh, I think that's what this person did.
Okay. Oh, they made a small swamp cooler.
Yeah!
They made a portable swamp cooler.
Yeah! Tell me more.
I like the idea of going to the beach with, you got your igloo cooler and you got your swamp cooler.
Oh my gosh, hilarious. Okay.
In places with no humidity, you can use a swamp cooler.
Well, why can't you use them with places of humidity?
Because water can't evaporate when the air's humid.
Right. Oh, because it's wet. Got it. Oh, I bet there's mold that would grow in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how it works. It just sprays mold on your face. While you're sleeping, it just... mold spores. Mold spores.
Mold spores. Ew. I don't even like thinking about that. That's what's in our lungs right now. What is the hottest you've ever been?
The hottest I've ever been?
Yeah.
102.3.
No, not your temperature. Oh my gosh.
What is the hottest I've ever been? I don't know. Do you remember something like that? What was the hottest you've ever been?
I was in India with my mother, and it was a hot season. So it was right before the monsoon season. And I was so hot, I felt like my insides were on fire. Like I was baking from the inside out.
Oh.
That is the hottest I've ever been.
Okay.
Yeah. You're lethargic and you're like, oh, it's hot. And then you touch yourself and then you feel the insides and you're like, whew, I'm hot.
Well, that's how you know if you're done or not.
No, you can't
feel
cook
it.
me.
You know, if it feels like the palm of your hand, it's medium rare.
No. I mean, I bet it would taste pretty good.
This has been an episode of Grumble Goat.
Thanks for listening.
I'm Mat Labodka.
I'm Veronique Hurley. Please subscribe.
I hate when people say please subscribe.
Grumble, grumble, grumble. Oh, no. I forgot. Oh, I didn't put deodorant on today.
Thanks for listening. And while I have your attention, if you've been enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a review and don't forget to Grumble Goat responsibly and share with a friend.